trust you too. The kids are out here today. But hey, we're on day 13 and we are in chapter 3. So the details matter. Qualifying your value, dropping the hammer. Not everyone needs to be an expert in everything. In fact, one of the most freeing realizations you can ever have as a leader is to know you don't have to know it all. You just have to know what matters. There's a dangerous trap that many people fall into, especially those who care deeply about their work, the endless buildup. They spend so much time stacking background and setting the stage and qualifying their knowledge that the main point gets lost in the clutter. I call this qualifying your value. There's nothing wrong with it. It starts from a good place. Most of us just want to make sure people understand where we're coming from. We want to prove that we've done our homework and that we're credible and that we belong in the conversation. But if you stay in that mode too long, it becomes a form of insecurity disguised as preparation. When I first started speaking publicly, and probably last week, I tend to overqualify myself. I would spend most of my time communicating all the details but missing the main point. When I ask people, are you tracking with me? It's not because I think they're not capable of understanding, it's because I'm checking to make sure that I'm communicating clearly. It's my own insecurity trying to make sure that my words are connecting and that I haven't lost the audience and that I'm not missing the mark. The problem is that when we overqualify ourselves, we often water down the impact of what we're actually trying to say, and people get washed out, missing what matters. The truth gets buried beneath a mountain of explanations, and the message gets rushed at the end because we're afraid to stop and simply say it. In leadership, in teaching, and in daily life, the power of your words comes from not how long you talk, but from how clearly you can drop the hammer when it's time. Dropping the hammer doesn't mean being loud and arrogant or forceful. It means being confident enough to deliver the truth clean, clear, and unapologetic. When you know your value, you don't need to over-explain it. When you're securing your foundation, you can focus on what matters and trust that the point will land. Here's the irony. People who constantly overqualify themselves are usually the ones who care the most. They want to be clear, respectful, and thorough, but true clarity doesn't come from saying everything. It comes from saying the right thing with conviction. Insecure communication leads to cluttered leadership. Secure communication leads to clarity and peace. Qualify your value, know your worth, and understand your foundation, but don't stay there too long. At some point, you have to stop explaining and start leading, and at some point, you have to drop the hammer. Merry Christmas.